Ever felt like something was terribly off in your relationships, but you couldn't quite name it? These are the 10 toxic red flags to look for in relationships. So take a look. You don't want to miss number 5, which I think is the one that people oftentimes will write off or make excuses for. And if even 2 or 3 of them sound familiar, pay attention. Your inner peace might depend on it. Number 1, love bombing. It might even feel like a fairy tale at first. Everything is grand, there's lots of romantic gestures, but at the end of the day, if it's coming on too soon, too fast, it's worth slowing down and paying attention. Why is this happening? Why the urgency? And so, really remember to not get swept up because it's so easy to just become enamored with how this person is treating you. But if it's happening too quickly, you might want to ask yourself, why? The goal of love bombing is to hook you emotionally so that you become attached to them very, very quickly. And then they can exert control over you, use you for attention. So, really important to pay attention to this red flag. Number 2, gaslighting. When you express some discontent, that your feelings are hurt, they're basically invalidating you. They're saying that never happened, or why would you think this way? Essentially, they're blaming you for having the emotions or reaction that you do. So, what does this do? Well, over time, you start to doubt the validity of your own experiences. You start to question whether you were in the right or wrong after all. And this is another way that they can mess with your reality. Number 3, jealousy disguised as love. They may even act chivalrous. They can say, well, I'm only doing this to protect you, or it's only because I care too much. What does that do? Well, it makes you feel guilty for even questioning them in the first place or disliking the fact that they're acting possessive of you. And over time, as more and more happen, you're going to start actually accepting these behaviors. And you're going to convince yourself that it's because they love you so much that they're acting in this way. But of course, if it crosses your boundary, it's important to speak up. Toxic red flag number 4 is isolation. Slowly, they start to isolate you from your friends and family. They start to make your decisions for you. They may even badmouth the closest to you and say, hey, I know better than they do. So, what does this do? This makes it easier for them to control you as you have less and less input from people in your life who are your trusted advisors. Number 5, blame shifting. Every fight, somehow your fault. They're having a bad day, it's your fault too. They became angry at you, again, it's your fault. But somehow they find a way to explain it. They find a way to explain it so that you actually believe them. And this is a type of master manipulation that can really cause harm to your emotional health over time. Number 6, walking on eggshells. If you find yourself constantly rehearsing what you're going to say before you say it to them, or wondering about their reactions and not being your true self because you're worried about what they might do and how they might react, that's not okay. This means that you're constantly in fight or flight around a person who you should be trusting the most. And over time, it can cause you to lose confidence in the way that you would like to behave, in the person that you truly are. Number 7 is constant criticisms and put downs. They may even disguise their criticisms as things that are good for you, like, I'm just trying to help you grow, or this is for your own good. But if they regularly tear you down, anything from your looks, your intelligence, your decisions, remember, this is not love. Number 8, controlling behaviors. They tell you what to wear, who you can see, what job you can work at. And over time, you just start to lose your own autonomy. You start to go to them to ask for their input. Make sure that they're okay with it because somehow you don't feel confident in your own decisions. And this is something that happens very insidiously. It's not something that happens overnight. But over time, of course, you start to lose your own independence and you start to become much more dependent on them. Number 9, boundary violations. When you say no or push back, they still push forward. They still try to assert what they want. When somebody acts in this way, despite you directly communicating what your boundaries are, it shows that they basically do not respect you as a person. Their actions and their words may not always match, but if they always impinge on your boundaries, believe that they are going to keep doing this. Number 10, hot and cold cycles. They hurt you and then they romance you, they apologize, they say it's never going to happen again. But the cycle repeats itself. And this is what actually causes people sometimes to stay in toxic relationships for a long time because you keep reminiscing about those times when they're great to you. This cycle of emotional whiplash is very hurtful and can cause great insults to your self esteem, as well as what you believe about yourself and what you're capable of. It might make it harder for you to leave the relationship because you keep believing that one day they're going to come around and just be that perfect, wonderful person they were in the beginning or just a couple weeks ago when you just made up. But the truth is, if this keeps happening, it's going to keep happening. If you recognize any of these red flags, don't ignore your gut. Follow me for more helpful mental health tools and forward this video to someone who might need to see it.